to Tilton Talk Show, 7:30 on a Monday, here through till 9 o'clock, and of course it's what Mondays are for. Not much football to talk about this week, but we start the show off on a very sad note with a lovely, one of our own, Auntie Linda, whose mum sadly passed away earlier in the week. Thoughts and our prayers are with you all, and Jack, Sally, Kira, and everybody else involved in the family and friendly circles. We're heartbroken for you, Linda. We're very sorry, and at least I struggle to say words. I do, I do. But you know how we're feeling for you, and we're here for you. Don't get me wrong, right?
Sure.
That's what the blue is all for. Okay, no football to talk about this week. Then not even the internationals. Not even the internationals. With us tonight, we have one of our operators who has failed a fitness test just before coming on the show, and that is Mr. Sheen himself, Mr. Hipkiss. He's had a tooth pulled today and he can't talk. Sorry, Paul.
Well, this is a good thing.
With no sympathy there. So tonight we've got Mr. Rowe.
Hello, evening everybody. You all right?
Yep. Myself and of course Mrs. Brown.
Good evening.
And ex-Blues player, legend, Neil Kilkenny.
Who are ya?
How you doing, guys?
Yeah, all good. All good.
Well done, Neil. Well done. Thanks for joining in us, mate. You're in Qatar at the moment.
Yes, in Qatar, competing in the Asian Champions League, which is obviously the equivalent of the UEFA Champions League over here in Asia.
Yeah. Now you hold the official record for being our furthest distance guest.
Gotta be.
Oh, really?
Gotta be. Yeah.
And we get people on the show that listen to the show or watch the show, literally round the globe, literally all over the world. And but I don't think did we have Richard on from Miami once?
Yes, we've had Richard on. Yeah. Is that further away though?
I don't know.
See, geography's not our best point, is it?
Further away than Qatar from Birmingham.
It'll be close. Yeah.
Right, I don't know what's going on with my computer, but I've got no comments coming down the side of my screen. Is everybody else's all right?
Yes, mine are fine. Yeah, mine are fine.
Yeah, for me, it's deserving of a hammer, to be perfectly honest with you. So when's your next game, Neil?
2 days time. So we play Shanghai Shenhua in our second Asian Champions League game. This Asian Champions League is supposed to be played over the whole season, but obviously with COVID, we've had to come into a hub for 3 weeks now. So our first game's on Wednesday afternoon against Shanghai Shenhua.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one.
And you said that perfectly.
Yeah. Are they allowing crowds in over there or not?
No crowds. It's all behind closed doors, and there's obviously loads of COVID regulations. So it's a bit weird because it's a fantastic experience to play in.
Sorry, Neil, is it your first time playing in it?
Yeah, it's my first time playing in this Asian Champions League. I've played in Qatar before with the Socceroos. We in the Asia Cup, which is obviously the equivalent of the European Cup. We come second. We lost in the final against Japan in 2011. So, so I've got a bit of experience of playing over here in Qatar.
Yeah.
Nice one. I'm desperately still trying to get my comments working. As I want to do, I'll let you know. But anything interesting, Chris, could you read it out if anything interesting?
I will do. But I've just looked on Wikipedia, Neil, and you're still only 34.
Yeah. Yes.
You're a
I am 34. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I was young when I played at Blues, so I was only 19. Obviously 18 to 21. So I was at Blues for. So it was. I'm still young. I want to carry on playing. I'm really enjoying my football. Probably as fit as I've ever been throughout my career. Obviously learning and with experience how to look after myself more, and hopefully my aim now is to play as long as I can, which fingers crossed I can.
Yeah. I've got pants older than that.
No, Neil.
Yeah.
He does have. He really does have. I promise you.
That's true.
Well known fact.
Okay, so
now.
do you want me to go through some of the questions, or what? Shall I do them now, Nick?
Yeah, by all means, Chris.
Looks
I'm just going to try to sort my screen out, mate.
Okay, looks like you're struggling there. Okay, Paul says best Kilkenny memory, that sublime through ball to DJ Campbell to make it 5-1 at Newcastle. Do you remember that, Neil?
No, if I'm honest, no,
You
not
can't
really.
remember a
But
5-1?
no, to
Oh
be
my
honest,
Lord.
my memory is not very good. To be honest, I wish I played a lot more at Birmingham City. I loved it there. It's a fantastic city where I lived in Solihull, and it was a fantastic club. The fans took to me really well. Obviously, with myself coming through the youth team, signing there at, well, I'm seen as a homegrown, but I moved there when I was 17, and I've still got friends there now around the area. So when I get the opportunity to come back to the UK, I always try to pop into Solihull to see friends, and I always keep an eye on how Blues are going on.
Nice one. Jason Hughes has asked, because I've got my comments back now. Are you English, Irish, or Australian?
Well, obviously, I was born in the UK, and then when I was about 14, I played for the Irish national team. But obviously, when I was at Arsenal, Liam Brady was the head of the youth development, and obviously Liam, with his name and what he'd done in the game, when you're a youngster, you just want to please him, and he wanted me to go and play for Ireland. So I played 10 minutes for the youth team in Ireland, and but then I had a decision to make at 18 to play for Australia or England, and I made the decision to play for Australia, and I really enjoyed my time playing for the Socceroos. I've got 14 caps, and I feel I should have had a few more, but that's football.
I'll say you very nearly went to the World Cup, didn't you, in 06? You were caught
Yeah,
up to
well, yeah, to be honest, I think I would have actually gone if they knew that I could play for Australia earlier. One Stan Lazaridis, because no one actually knew that I had an Australian passport, and Stan Lazaridis let them know that I had an Australian passport, because obviously I was playing for England under 20s at the time. And I think at that time, if you played for the England under 21 or under 21s, you were stuck into that country.
Yeah.
And Stan let them know that I could play for Australia. So I went to the World Cup. They hadn't really seen much of me, but I think I played 23, 24 times in the Premier League that season with Birmingham. So maybe if they knew earlier, maybe I would have actually been in the squad. But hey, they were very successful, actually, that World Cup.
They were, yeah. Yeah, they were.
Mike Hill says Qatar's fantastic football stadiums, World Cup 2022 will be memorable. And Jason Hughes is asking, who did you support when Blues played Arsenal in the League Cup final?
No,
Don't you worry.
no. When I was young, I supported Arsenal, but when I become a professional and played regularly, I always look out for the teams that I played for. So I was supporting Birmingham, and I obviously they're one of the first teams that I look out for. Birmingham City, Oldham when I was on loan at there, Leeds United, obviously Bristol City, and Preston North End. And I've been through tough times throughout my career at certain clubs, but looking back now, they've all been fantastic experiences at the same time.
Because you came up through the Arsenal youth system, didn't you, Neil?
Yeah. No, I come up through the Arsenal youth team system from 11, so I moved back to the UK at 11 and went straight into the youth team at Arsenal. And then I had a decision to make at 17. I had a 2-year YT, 2-year pro contract there, and I signed the YT, and I got to 1 year through the YT, and I had an opportunity to leave because at the time Arsenal had the Invincibles. In my position, they were playing Vieira, Gilberto. They had an unbelievable team. So the opportunities, they weren't really bringing through youth team players there at the time. So I had a decision to make. I had a few trials at different clubs, and Steve Bruce made me feel really welcome. And it was a good choice, really, because I could see a pathway through to the first team, and luckily I got through.
That's good.
Great answer, but you gave it like a politician. You didn't actually say who you supported at the cup final.
No, like I said, Birmingham City. I supported Birmingham City because I played for them. So I obviously look out for all their results all the time. Even now, my when I look at the results, I look out for Birmingham City.
Did you get to go to that game or not?
I play for.
Yeah,
No, I didn't get to go. No, I
What an
didn't get to go.
experience. What a
No.
day out, mate. Superb. Oh, just unreal.
Oh yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine.
Oh, yeah. Stood there with my three boys by my side. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
good,
decked a bottle of whiskey before we went in.
And then started drinking.
Yeah.
Hey, I am the ultimate professional.
Kevin Tomlinson just said, who was the best player you played with at Blues?
The best player I played with probably Jermaine Pennant. Obviously, he was fantastic at the time when I was there. And David Dunn, but I know David Dunn didn't really have the impact that the Blues fans and people would have expected. But you could see some definite flashes of brilliance.
Oh, still a great player.
Fantastic player.
Very skillful.
But obviously Pennant was doing it regularly, and then obviously once he left there, he went to Liverpool. So, and if I'm honest, I think he probably should have had a better career than he actually did because he had incredible ability.
Yeah, he did.
Definitely.
So
Steve,
talented.
would you ever return to Blues if the offer was made?
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, definitely. If I had an opportunity to go back there, I felt that I should have played more, but that's football and it's about opinions. And I felt the year after we got relegated, the year that I played in the Premier League, I thought that was going to be my year. But obviously the manager brought in and went in other directions, which was disappointing for me. And so I knew that I had to move on and try and forge a career somewhere else. And luckily I did that, but I was gutted to leave because I really liked it there. Steve Bruce, I went on loan to I went on loan second time to Oldham just to start enjoying my football again. Because at the time I wasn't really enjoying it because, like I said, I felt I should have been playing more. So I wanted to go somewhere that I felt valued. So that's why I went back to Oldham under John Sheridan, and I've done well. And in that time, Alex McLeish come in and he gave me the option of staying and fighting for my place. But he was honest and said, "Listen, I won't. I don't know much about you, so and I know that you've got offers." And I had quite a few offers at the time, and obviously Leeds was one of them with the massive club and the massive supporter base. It was hard to turn down, so that's why I signed at Leeds.
Would you say? Would it be? Sorry, Nick. I was going to say. Would it?
Carry on, Mark. Carry on.
Would it be fair to say you sort of left Blues under a bit of a cloud? Was it a bit sour, or was it amicable?
No, not really. No, I wasn't a cloud. It was obviously disappointing because I felt as though that I should have had more of an opportunity, which a lot of young players coming through, they feel that. But yeah, no, I love, like I said, I love my time there, but I feel as though I should have had a few more opportunities. And but hey, that's life, and you have to move on, and that's football. But yeah, it was disappointing because I did love it there. I loved it. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
nice one. Paul Hipkins is asking. Paul is the man with the tooth. Paul, get well soon. Paul, what is Neil's best Blues memory?
Probably my Premier League debut when I played against Liverpool. It ended badly, but it was that was my best moment because it was something that I dreamt of throughout my whole life. Is wanting to play in the Premier League, and I got the opportunity to do that and to play against Liverpool in my debut. On my debut was that was probably my best memory.
Nice one. Can't remember, was it home or away?
It was at home, so I got sent off though last 5 minutes of the game. I handballed it on the line. Unfortunately, it was just a natural reaction, and But I think that was our first points at home that season. We had a dreadful start, and I think we drew 2-2 in the end. So, but it was disappointing because I played well, but it was a natural reaction. I just put my arm out and I handballed it on the line, and I knew I was off. And I knew then the game after was, against Villa, so it was I was suspended for that. So I was gutted for that.
No,
you should have just let it.
Yeah, no, it was just honestly a natural reaction. It was like one of them ones where I put my arm out, it hit it, and then I realised what I'd done as soon as it hit my arm. I was like, what have I done? So it was it was disappointing because like I said, I felt I played really well, and I think it was in the 83rd minute. So
yeah. Oh no.
No.
Siobhan wants to know, would you say Steve Bruce is the one to blame for not allowing you to time to develop yourself as a player? Tough one.
Listen, I felt, like I said, I felt I should have had more of an opportunity, but at the end of the day, his job's on the line, and he probably went for experience or players that he felt that was right at the time. And if I'm honest, I'll be honest with you, I felt as though as well that my game, now looking back in my career, and I've said this many times before, I don't think my game is as suited to the English game as I'm more of a ball player that plays through the thirds, and a lot of teams in the UK play over the middle third, and they play up to the front man, and then it's sort of like pick up the second balls and play from there. So now looking at it, his job was on the line, and he felt as though it was someone else was in a better position and better at that job. So that was life, and I had to move on. But I have to say that Steve Bruce, fantastic man and fantastic manager, and he's had a fantastic career.
Yeah, a few people commenting in now. Got to say, massive congratulations to Blues women over the weekend for that wonderful result. Oh, how good did
what
that
a win!
look on the scoreboard. How good did that look on there?
That looked lovely. That did, yeah.
What a beautiful picture that was. Whoever took it, you on the back, sir. Pat you on the back. Or madam.
Yeah, great result.
Maybe not.
Jason asked a question a few minutes ago, and he said, who would you rather live next door to, Kylie or Danny Minogue?
I think Danny, if I'm honest, but
that's a good question, Jason. Keep them coming. The more random, the better. Love it. Oh dear. What do you think of the St Andrews crowd versus the Leeds crowd?
Sorry?
What did you think about the noise levels, St Andrews or Leeds?
Oh, listen, St Andrews is brilliant. Fantastic support. And again, Leeds is unbelievable. So it's a tough one. But they're both passionate fans. And like I said, I would go with Leeds fans because I played more times there. I played over 120 times at Ellen Road for Leeds. And I had a really successful time there. So, but like I said, I do honestly wish that I had more opportunities and I played more at St Andrews because, when at St Andrews they got behind you, it was the Blues fans got behind you. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was brilliant. And like I said, I wish I had the opportunities more.
Yeah. So it's 20. Was it 26 games you played in the end for Blues? Yeah. This 26,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, so which is not many, and I played at Leeds for over 120 times. So I feel I'm gutted in a way that I didn't get more opportunity, and I didn't because like I said, I really enjoyed my time at Blues.
Yeah, you still in touch now with people that you played with at Blues? You in contact with, like, say, for example, Stan Lazaridis or anyone like that?
Yeah, well, I saw Stan about two months ago, yeah. So obviously living in Perth, he's obviously living in Perth. He's from Perth, living in Perth. So, yeah, I seen Stan about 2 months ago. He's still doing well, telling his stories. So and I still speak to a couple of players from the youth team that I come through with, and yeah. So, and like I said, I've still got quite a few friends in Solihull. Simon Smith, I don't know you guys, and Richard Beale, you know.
Yeah. We interviewed him not long ago.
Bealey.
Yeah,
Bealey. So
Bealey on not long
yeah,
ago.
he's a friend. He's a friend of mine. He's now at Solihull Moors. So I still speak to him, and so I still keep in touch with a few people. Sam OJ as well, who was in the youth team with me.
Sam OJ, yeah.
Which maybe probably, if I'm honest, he's another one that really should have got an opportunity as well, which was disappointing for him. But yeah, so.
Yeah.
We'd love to get Stan. Wouldn't we?
Yeah, I was going to say, Stan's a bit recluse, isn't he? He doesn't really do social media. But we'd love to.
Stan, he's very old-fashioned guy, but fantastic guy, brilliant guy. So, like I said, I met up with him a couple of months ago, had a coffee, some lunch with him. So,
brilliant.
And I see him around Perth a bit. So, he's a fantastic guy, and he's keeping safe and well, which is good.
Excellent news. And if you do see him and bump into him again, tell him to get in touch.
Yes.
Yes, please.
We'd love to have him on.
Carol Sandland's asked, which Blues player do you wish you had played alongside?
Wish I played alongside. I wish I played just more alongside players like Pennant and David Dunn, and maybe that's one of the reasons why David Dunn wasn't a success at Blues, because he was a ball player, and let's be honest, Blues didn't have as much of the ball as they should have, because you know they were a mid to low Premier League team. He's a fantastic ball player. So some players like that, I would have loved to play more. Matty Upson was a fantastic player as well.
God, yeah.
And he was brilliant for Blues, and he had a fantastic career. So, not one particular player that I would have liked to play with, but more so, I would say.
Anybody you didn't get on with?
Yeah.
No, not really. I got on okay with this, most of them. At the end of the day, I was there to win and win in training. So. You have your ups and downs with players and even managers, but at the end of the day, the name of the game is to win games, and that's what I was there to do. Try and get into the first team. Unfortunately, I didn't get as many games as I would have liked, but yeah. So.
Okay, we've got a couple of auctions tonight. Chris, would you like to explain the first one?
Okay, so tonight's auction, which is all in aid of our Christmas giveaway. Christmas. So tonight we've got the Boyle Sports shirt that was given to us, one of the very first shirts, I think it was. There we go. We've also got, that's brand new by the way, we've also got a book, I believe, by the author we had on a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Remind me his name.
John Berry.
John Berry, yeah. We've got a T-shirt, a big thick sweatshirt as well. We keep right on, blue and white and that like that. Tonight. So if you want to put some bids in, fire away.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start off on the blue shirt, shall we?
Well, that's all one package, that is, for tonight.
Oh, that's one package.
That's one package, yeah. That's one package for tonight. Yeah. Win all that.
Okay, so there it is.
And a book.
Show them again.
And a book.
Mind.
And a
And a book.
So that sweatshirt, T-shirt,
Yep.
and the Ball Sports donated shirt as well.
That's one of the first 10 shirts, Steve.
It was one of the first 10 shirts, yeah.
It's a nice shirt, that one.
Yeah,
shirts ever made. So there you go. Plus a book.
And a book.
Plus a book. Okay,
Plus a book.
start your bidding. Off you go. You've got till 9 o'clock.
There you go. Keep them
9
coming.
o'clock.
There we go.
The gavel will
Okay.
come down.
Oh, see, what size is the shirt? What's the size? I believe it's medium, so it's too small for me. Yeah, it is medium. The T-shirts are extra large and large. There we go.
Talking of shirts, Neil, did you keep any of your old blue?
Well, lots to do. Say
You
that
lost
again,
your
Mark.
left- sorry.
Lost your Mark. Say that again, Mark.
I was going to ask Neil if he kept any of his old blue shirts, you know, any memorabilia lying around or anything.
Yeah, they've. I've got all of them. If I'm honest, I've got them all at home. Not I say home at my mum and dad's house. All in the UK. I swapped shirts with Steven Gerrard on my debut, so I've got obviously one of them shirts and Steven Gerrard shirts. So yeah, so I've got all my shirts at home. My mum's got all my shirts of throughout my career, all in the wardrobe, hung up, and some are framed as well. So
I was going to say, kept all your Leeds and Oldham ones.
yeah,
You know.
all my Leeds, Oldham, Bristol, Preston, obviously Socceroos shirts. So yeah, so my mum's got them. My mum's all got them at her house in Northampton.
Jason's just said, how can you do a package when they're all different sizes? Well, I'm hoping he's got friends.
Christmas giveaway. It's the Christmas giveaway.
It's a Christmas giveaway.
You can give them away.
Wrap them up. Wrap them up.
Yeah, wrap 'em
Wrap
up,
'em
yeah.
up.
And the first bid in is £40, and that's a bargain. 40 quid for all that.
That's good.
There we
Thanks,
go.
Auntie Linda. Well done.
Well done, yeah.
Rob Knight, does Neil remember when I told him my fondest memory of him was when Yarosek hit the bar from 35 yards away at Newcastle? There were many things I could have said that actually involved him. Apologies.
Actually, to be honest, I do remember that strike though. He had and Yarosik he had an incredible strike on him.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't remember his comments. No.
No, Rob, don't want to bomb you out on the note, but you know. Jackie Barton says, "Wish I could join in auction. Don't start new job till tomorrow. Lost my job in August and not had anything since." Oh, bless you.
Bloody hell. Oh, bloody hell.
Well, Jackie, just stay there a minute. Chris, keep the ball rolling a minute.
Okay. Stephen Gill says, is Kenny Lowe still out there in Australia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's
he was my manager. And my first 3 months of being here, and then obviously got sacked. So then, but yeah, he's still out here in Australia. I see him regularly as well. He comes to our games. And our old manager after him was Tony Popovich, old Crystal Palace captain.
Yeah.
And now our new manager now here is Richard Garcia, who played for Hull for many years. So
Richard Garcia,
Yeah, right.
yeah, so
Good
he's
stuff.
now
Right,
our
okay,
manager.
Jackie.
Go on, Nick.
These little beauties. Now, these, we will save them for a couple of weeks so you can start saving some dollars. Okay, one of these balls, that one, is signed by
Who?
Chuko.
Chucho.
himself.
Benitez.
Chucho. Oh.
We'll be auctioning these before Christmas and we'll do our very best to get them to you before. Oh, my birthday. It's my birthday Christmas Day, and I've never mentioned that.
You don't mention it much. You don't talk about it much. Yeah.
I'm just belching the cat on the head with a football.
And in a couple of weeks' time, we'll be auctioning, probably closer to Christmas, actually, Liam Dash's shirt. And hopefully, you should see.
Can you get that on camera, Chris?
There you go. It's on camera now, so people can
beautiful,
see it.
eh?
There you go. So that's the signed shirt. That's the shirt from Huddersfield. His last game, I believe, was it? Promotion game.
Promotion game.
Am I
Yeah.
right, Mark? Yeah, promotion.
Yeah. Huddersfield way, yeah.
There we go.
Message from Paul Hipkiss. Paul, could you be so kind as to send me a message on Facebook so that I can read out the questions from in the week? You just send me a little message of any description. I just didn't get up on because my computer's playing up.
Okay.
Okay, so Jackie's going to definitely look out for those balls. Thank you very much. And who's putting? Linda wants to know who's putting a bid in on Nick's balls.
Yeah.
No bid so far.
Okay.
Two of them.
Here's a good one from Ray. He says, asking for Linda, who's the longest in the shower?
Oh, to be honest, it's that long ago now. I don't know, if I'm honest.
Fantastic.
And Paul also wants to know who was the loudest in the dressing room.
Well, obviously, you can imagine he's on radio all the time now. So, Robbie Savage, obviously, him and Clinton Morrison used to be the loudest in the changing room.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They were,
Imagine that. Yeah.
yeah, they were always at it. But to be honest, it's actually funny because, you know, I got on well with Clinton, but Sav, at the time, I used to because I was the youngster and he used to, but I actually played against him when he was at Derby, and after the game, he was top man. But at the time at Blues, he was, being a youngster, him being one of the more experienced pros and loud, he was, I didn't really like him, but I've got to know him. I've got to obviously speak to him once away from when we were at Blues, and I was a bit more of an experienced player. And now listening to on the radio, he's fantastic on the radio. He's
Brilliant.
And what he talks about, and he's done brilliant. So So, but at Blues, we it was hard to get on with because he was so loud.
Yeah, we had Savage on a few weeks ago.
He was.
Great. You know what? He was going to get slated. He was going to eat, but he came on, and honestly, he
took it well. He takes it really well, doesn't he?
Oh God,
The first thing he did was apologise to every Birmingham City supporter for leaving the way he did. He said I shouldn't have done it.
Oh yeah,
And he said his dream was to go back and walk out onto the pitch at St Andrews, right? And within 3 minutes of him saying that, we've got it organised.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, thanks to somebody called Paul Devlin who just happened to be listening that night.
Yeah.
Okay, questions from the week. Stephen Gill, who was your toughest opponent against and why?
Probably. I come on against Chelsea, and Ida Gudjonsson was playing in midfield. This was when Mourinho was the manager, and he was frightening, unbelievable. And obviously I've played against some top players, but that was one player that I played against, and I come off the pitch thinking, what a player. So but obviously I've played against many big names, played against Messi in the Olympics for Australia, but obviously that particular day he wasn't at the top of his game. But Ida Gudjonsson that day when I played against him at Stamford Bridge was untouchable. He was frightening, such a good player, and then he went on to play for Barcelona after. So, and that was probably one of the reasons why.
And the other question was, I think you've touched on it already. Whilst at Blues, was you frustrated with the way things went for you? Would you say Steve Bruce was one to blame for you not allowing more time to develop yourself as a player? Yeah, I think you covered that earlier anyway.
Yeah, we covered that one.
So thanks for those. Those
move on to the next one.
In the week. Close that back off now.
Okay.
Right, so we're still on £40, I take it then, Chris.
45, £50 now. We're up to £50. Yeah, it's gone.
£50 for the package.
Yeah, £50.
£50 for Chris's package, ladies and gentlemen. Come on.
So it's either Nick's balls or Chris's package.
Yeah, or Nick's wrinkly balls. Rob says that was meant to be an apology about my Jurassic comments. How does Neil feel about players who don't leave big team academies like Neil did? Does he think it was a benefit leaving when he did, or would he have stayed longer at Arsenal in hindsight?
No, definitely. It was from my position, definitely a good decision. But a lot of teams now, when I was at Arsenal, they had some really, really good youngsters but they weren't really loaning many out at the time. So they had them in their reserves and stuff like that. So I played with some players that are probably better than me, if I'm honest. But they never got the opportunity that I did. And the big blessing for me was when I come to Birmingham, Steve Bruce let me go out on loan to Oldham at 18. And that was one of my biggest learning curves, because I knew what it took to put performances under pressure, to get points, to play against men. And then obviously I come back to Birmingham and I carried on obviously from where I left off at Oldham. So for my position, definitely. But you see now with the Chelsea academy, they they've got so many players out on loan. So if they can get out on loan, and they're at Chelsea, well, why not? Because if they go out on loan and do well, they might come back and play like Mason Mount. They have to be top players, but they might get that opportunity. And I was lucky enough to do that at Birmingham, to go out on loan.
Very good. Craig Courtney wants to know what's the difference between the game in Oz and in the UK.
Yeah, what's the standard? What would you compare it with?
This is actually interesting because there's the English game. This is just my opinion, and people may disagree with me. People say the Premier League is the best league in the world. In my opinion, it is the most entertaining league in the world. I wouldn't say it's the best technically or tactically best league in the world. I wouldn't say, but it's so entertaining to watch, and people love to watch it because it's so quick. So the difference is the game's a lot slower here in Australia because obviously the heat, and the ball's on the floor a lot more than the UK. There's not as many. A lot of teams now play. A lot of teams play through the thirds and play from the back instead of in the UK. Which when I was there, you had a lot of teams that would play off the front man, and then you have to pick up the seconds and play from there. And that's what I found if I'm honest, at Blues when I was there. We used to play up to Emil a lot of the time, and then in the final third, and then try and get a cross in and score, and then pick up the seconds if the defenders. We wouldn't build up the play as much. I obviously haven't seen him under Karenka, but I could imagine that he wants to play out from the back, being Spanish in the way that he did at Middlesbrough, but I don't know. I haven't seen many games, but so that's probably the biggest difference for me is slower and more, slower because of the heat. And obviously a lot of teams play through the thirds instead of play over the thirds and play into the front man.
What's the hottest you've played in?
Probably about 37, 38.
Oh, it's too hot for football, isn't it? You can't play properly.
Huh?
Well, we have to, obviously, they do drinks breaks halfway through and stuff like that. So at the minute, they're in a transitional stage here where they're trying to change the seasons from, so the last seasons were before was played over the summer. Now they're trying to do it play through the winter, but the problem that they've got of playing with the winter through the winter is they're actually competing with Australian rules, Aussie rules. Obviously the most competitive sport in Australia. So obviously if fans have got an opportunity to go to Aussie rules or football, or i.e. soccer, they're going to lose probably quite a few fans because they want to go and watch.
What sort of gates do Perth get? Are they?
We get about 8 to 12,000.
Oh, that's pretty decent, yeah.
Yeah, it's still not bad. Not bad. But then you get like the best team, the biggest team in Melbourne Victory. They get maybe 18,000.
All right, okay.
But then you'll get some teams that get 5,000. You know.
So what would you class as a local derby?
We don't have a local derby because we're out on our own.
No
so
rivals.
We have No. So obviously, when I was at Melbourne City, I signed up. When I was at Melbourne City, the local rivals were Melbourne Victory. So when I moved back to Australia to play was with Melbourne City, who are owned by the City Group, the Manchester Group. You know.
Oh, right, okay.
So that was one of the pools that the reasons why I moved back there was because they wanted to play, you know, the City way, in the sense of play through the thirds, in the sense of Guardiola, the way Guardiola wanted. They want their whole group in the sense of, you know, New York City, Melbourne City, obviously Manchester City, the other teams that they want to play a certain brand of football. So that was the pull for me to go and play for Melbourne City.
So Melbourne are the biggest team in Australia, or just in that?
Not Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory.
Melbourne Victory, yeah.
They've got the biggest they've got the biggest fan base.
All right, nobody,
But,
not in Sydney. I would have thought Sydney would have had a big
Well,
fan
Sydney
base.
FC, yes,
Sydney Olympic,
no,
yeah.
not so much. No, Sydney FC.
Yeah.
So Sydney FC have won the last three of the last four leagues. We won the league the year the other. So we won the league, and Sydney have. So over the last 4 seasons, we've won 1, and Sydney have won 3.
That's a lot of travelling, isn't it? It's a lot of travelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our derby. They call it the long distance derby, which
Oh,
is
right.
I think it's the longest game journey. We go through, I think, 3 time zones to play Wellington, which is
Crikey.
Unreal.
yeah. So that's I think that's well, it takes about 12 hours to get there.
Oh,
Flight.
It's like, so
life.
it's like a number 11 bus ride, really.
So I'm guessing you don't get the fans don't travel away then. I guess with you. Oh, you don't
No,
get big
that's
fan, but no.
so.
No.
That's the one thing that I do miss from the UK is the rivalry and the passion of the fans.
Yeah,
Because you don't get it's a family sport here in the sense of
yeah, it's a day out, isn't it?
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
day
yeah,
out,
it's a-
out of
picnic and
entertainment.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and which obviously you don't have traveling fans, so you don't have that rivalry. You don't have that, you know. But yeah, so we play. That's our longest journey. I think it's the longest domestic game in the world, or the second
Crikey.
longest
Yeah, it's
domestic
gotta
game in
be.
the world.
Got to be.
Chris,
12
could you
hours.
imagine
Ooh,
how much your bill would be for your away game?
I know, yeah. Yeah. Imagine your bar bill. Whew, on the way there.
Cheers.
Because where we are in Western Australia, our closest is 2.5 hour flights, where most of the games are 5 to 6 hour flights away.
Wow.
Oh, crikey.
I had an
A lot of
opportunity to
travelling.
go in Queensland.
You did, yeah?
Yeah, I couldn't go.
Oh yeah, no. It's, that's
Spiders,
where I was
mate.
brought up.
They
I
got
was
hunts
brought up there.
spiders.
Lucky Queensland.
Yeah.
I came straight home after the job offer was given me. I had a look on the internet. Huntsman spiders, I ain't going.
Yeah. No, I had. That's where I was brought up, Queensland. That's Brisbane.
Right.
Brisbane's the capital city of Queensland, so that's where I was brought up from the age of 4 to 11, before I moved back to obviously the UK.
Did you see any big critters while you were there?
Yeah, we see them all the time.
Good job, I didn't
all
know
the
that,
time.
innit?
That's sad, that.
We've got there's a pretty horrible, ugly one at the minute called Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Just going back
Loads
to
of
you.
questions coming in. Paul says, who was your football idol growing up?
My football idol growing up was Paul Scholes.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
player.
because again, I'll be honest with you, if he wasn't playing at Man United, I don't think a lot of people, he would have found it hard, because people would have written him off because he's not fast, he's not strong, he's not quick, you know, but his football ability is unbelievable. Like, and I don't think the English fans appreciated him till he actually retired and then come back, and then people actually realised how good he was. It's the same as Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick's a very similar player. You know, didn't have many caps for England, because they wanted to play Gerrard and Lampard, which were fantastic players, but they didn't appreciate that sitting midfielder that would dictate the game and dictate the tempo of the game, and the ball would actually, they would be the one that like slowed the game, sped the game up. And as you see, he played for Man United for 10 to 12 years and played near enough every week for Alex Ferguson. And he knew how good he was, but I don't think the English public or the England managers realised how good he was.
Okay, did you have any pranks played on you?
No, not that I can remember, no, but I'm sure that I did.
Did you witness Andy Neil?
No, not that. If I'm honest, not that I can remember. It's so long ago now. It's
Yeah.
15 years ago now.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just going back to our shirt. Apparently, we've now been donated one that's in large as well. So if you can either have medium, or you can have large.
Oh, great news.
So that's
great news.
that shirt. I'll just go back. That's that shirt. The book. Keep Right On T-shirts. And a sweatshirt to keep right on as well.
It's a signed book, Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry? A signed book.
Signed.
It's a signed book, yeah. And I believe we're up to £50.
60, I've just seen.
No, that was me. I put it on accidentally, I think.
All right.
Okay.
Dave Twine's asking, Neil, do the refs in Australia call players by their first name?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
They do.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. But you guys over in England now, you've got an Australian. I don't know his name, but he's refereeing in the Premier League now.
Oh.
I don't know his name. He's
I
just
think
come
we had
over.
him last season for a game.
Yeah, you would have had him. Yeah,
Yeah, we had him last season.
I don't know. I can't remember his name now, but yeah, he does. They do.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Gregory says, I remember Blues playing Australia at St Andrews in 1976. I think we won 4-1. The crowd was 9,000, yep. I think I was probably at that
I
one.
wasn't born then.
No.
Yeah. Craig wants to know, ask Neil, Carlin or Foster's?
I don't drink, so
Not at
I
all.
don't drink beer. No, not really. I used to when I was younger, but the older I've got, and now I've got kids, and I know I have to get up early, and and I want to prolong my career. I try to not drink anything now, really.
Just like me, Nick.
Yes. Dave wants to know, what was the rivalry like in the 3-0 win over New Zealand?
Well, I can't remember it, if I'm honest. And when was that? Honestly, I've got the worst memory.
No,
you'll
you
ever know,
haven't.
so-
You haven't. Nick's got the worst memory.
Chris, your package is just £70.
Oh, there we go. £70. Well done. Anthony Garvey.
Believe me, I do have the worst memory of everybody.
He's bless his bird.
Awful, terrible.
Okay, yes, it went to £55 and now it's gone to £70 to Anthony Garvey.
£70 is just, 40 minutes left for somebody to have hold of Chris's package by Christmas.
Yeah. You can have my package in your hand by Christmas.
The Aussie ref is Jared Gillett, by the way. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
Jared.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take long. Don't take these lot long, mate, I tell you. If you wasn't a football, what would you become and why?
Ever since I was a kid, ever since I was young, I wanted to be a footballer. So the next best thing would be a coach or a manager at football. So that's what I want to do when I finish my career. I've done my B license, my A license, and I definitely want to go into coaching and management when I finish, because I feel as though I've got a decent football brain, and hopefully I can get that across to other people and other players. And
would you like to come back to England to coach?
Yeah, I would definitely consider it. I would like to obviously go into coaching here first in Australia. Get some experience. I'm under no illusions that it's a tough job, and everyone's got an opinion on it. But at the end of the day, I feel the game should be played in a certain way, and I'd like to try and get that across to players to play that way. And I think it would be a massive achievement, personally, if you could do that. I think it would be more satisfying than winning things as a player, as winning things with being a manager.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for that comment, Jason Hughes, but I can't read that one out.
Is that the boomerang one? Yeah. Can't do that.
We'll leave that on screen, but I can't read it out.
Have you ever met any Birmingham fans in Australia? Says Sam.
Yeah, I'm sure. I have actually. There's a young lad that when I come to Perth, he was actually in I don't know if he was a Birmingham fan anyway. His name's Callum Timmins.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and he's from Solihull, and he now lives in Perth. So, and he comes to mind straight away. Yeah,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
so I
Okay.
definitely have.
Yeah, very
Can you
good.
give
Sorry?
us a bit of an inside track on Riley McGree? What you know about him?
Very good player, I believe. I think he's if I was a manager, I would have signed him. I think in the I think he probably wouldn't, if he was listening to this, he probably wouldn't,
Mm.
because I've played against him many times, and I've given him a hard time on the pitch.
Good.
But I've always liked him as a player, and he's still very young. And I think he's got big things ahead of him, if I'm honest. I think it's a fantastic signing for Birmingham, because I do believe that there's a lot of, I think the A-League here is an untouched market, or I think there's a lot more talent than people realise, and he's definitely one of them. He's only 21, left-footed, so you could play him left, or you could actually play him left midfield, right midfield, but his best position is probably attacking midfield, where he's got good energy, he runs forward, he scores goals. So, I like I said, the highest praise I could give him is, if I was a manager, I would sign him.
Wow.
Because I think he's very good, very good. But you have to, again, it comes down to opportunities. And I know what it is like as a young player coming in and knowing if you don't do that well, you're coming out again. So I think you have to show these young players, or a young player, that you've got confidence in him, and keep them in. Because once they feel comfortable, that's when they flourish. That's when they do really well.
Yeah.
Instead of actually going in and then going, oh, I've made a mistake. Okay, the manager going, okay, now you're off. You need to stick by them. And I understand that managers are, they're playing for their job, especially in the UK, what's the job, 9 months normally, and then they got the sack or whatever the average. But these players, like someone like him, he's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
Fantastic player. I like him a lot.
Wow. So you think he could make the step up, because he's supposedly going to America at the end of the season, but you think he could play sort of maybe Premier League?
I think eventually, I don't think he's just like ready right now, but I do believe that he's got a lot of potential in him.
Yeah.
I think it's a good signing by Blues. And when I heard it, I was like, because I was saying to a couple of lads, obviously we discuss players, us older lads. Obviously I'm here at Perth Glory with Andy Keogh. Obviously you guys would know of him, Wolves and stuff. He's here. So I get on well with him. Him are good pals. And we obviously discuss players, and he was definitely one of the players that we said that you would definitely try and sign.
Wow.
So, and I know he's on loan there, isn't he, from an MLS team?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say, Nick. I know what you're looking at.
Just asked how big are you down under.
So, sorry?
Auntie Linda's just asked how big are you down under.
Not very.
She's just written, don't bother coming back then.
Yeah, she is a bit pervy. You got to watch her.
I'll say a massive happy birthday to Jay, 11 years old today. Well done, you. We know how upsetting it is with the loss of your nana, but you keep right on, sunshine, and she'll be proud of you. Make your nan proud.
I meant to do this after the Down Under one. That's it, baby.
Oh golly, there's some really strange questions coming in. Do you have a billabong on a weekend off?
No.
What's a billabong?
What is a billabong?
I don't even know.
I think it's something. It's like a little lake, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like a small
Is it?
lake. Yeah.
You do use some strange terms down there, don't you?
Cobber.
Yeah, Gala, yeah.
Slimy.
Neil, just getting back to the game in Australia, has it reached its peak? Or, I mean, could the game actually get bigger in Australia, or do you think that's it? It's its level.
No, it could definitely get bigger, but there's a lot of politics and fighting over the game.
Oh, right.
And it's people are looking out for themselves instead of actually looking out for the good of the game.
Doesn't happen in the UK, mate.
Yeah, happens all the time,
It's
doesn't it?
it's too expensive to play for kids. Like they get to a certain age, and that's like it's very expensive for kids to play there.
Oh, right.
Play there, but it's actually very popular up to a certain age, like 15, and then the kids just give up. I think it's actually the most played sport
Probably.
for youngsters below 15 or 14, but then they fall away or they move on to something else, which is disappointing. But they're trying. There's a lot of in-house wrestling, which is disappointing.
Because Aussie rules that's massive, isn't it, in Australia?
Yeah,
Aussie
it's
rules,
big. It's big out there. Yeah,
and they do get big gates, don't they?
Yeah, they get massive gates.
Massive
So.
gates, yeah. So,
Are you a
Yeah.
fan yourself of any of those sports, Neil? Do you watch Aussie
Nah.
rules yourself or anything? Or?
Nah. I'm football all over. Football is
Yeah.
my obviously my family, and then football is. I've wanted to be a footballer ever since I was a kid playing in Australia, and I've been lucky enough to do that. And now football's the only sport for me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Watching
so there's
football sport for me.
32 minutes left, Nick. 32 minutes
2
left.
minutes left. We're at £70 on Chris's package. If you want Chris's package before Christmas, you've got a bid more than 70 quid. Did you got that all right at the end of that? You got a bid more than 70 quid.
Fantastic. Sound like a DJ.
Yeah.
There we go.
Smashing noisy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's smashing nice about a Monday morning. Thank you very much. And we do it all for charity.
Is that Trevor Francis?
You're listening to Trevor Francis on the Tilton Talk Show.
Ray Orton's asking, Neil, isn't Australia blazing hot right now? Mid-40s in some places. Must be a killer to play in the heat over there.
At the minute, not so much, but it's starting to turn now. So
Yeah, it's just
some
getting into
days,
summer now,
yeah. So in Perth, now it is about, I think, mid-20s coming up to 30s now, but soon we have the odd day that's like mid-30s, sometimes 40. So obviously over the summer it will be 30, mid-30s to 40s. So, but luckily I live 3 streets away from the beach, so I just
it must be awful for you. It must be awful.
What a hard life.
I thought I'd rub that in.
I live 3 streets away from Lidl's.
Oh yeah.
In Solihull.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Solihull.
Lovely. Solihull's lovely. I've got a place in Dickens Heath. So.
Oh yeah. That's Toy Town.
Yeah, still, I bought that. I moved there when I was at Blues. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It's just up the road from me. Yeah, not far away.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because I was actually in digs in Shirley. So.
Yeah.
When I was at Blues at the start.
It's posh there.
From 8.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
In Shirley.
Not as posh
Posh
as
in
Reservoir
Shirley.
Road. No.
You have to get out the bath to have a wee in the sink in Shirley. Trevor Smith said, I remember when I was in Sydney, Terry Butcher was the manager for Sydney FC.
Oh yeah.
Terry Butcher's the manager of Sydney.
He didn't really have the a really successful time there because I don't think they agreed with the channel balls and second balls there.
Yeah.
Jason Hughes always lives 3 streets from the beach, but it's a bit colder here in Weymouth, he says.
Weymouth is lovely. I love it there. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Sam says...
Sam wants to know Druids Heath or Australia.
Sorry?
Sam wants to know Druids Heath or Australia.
Do I have to answer that?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to answer anything. Linda's asking Chris, can we get Jay a keeper on beanie for his birthday, please?
Yeah, of course we can.
Will be.
I'll put it.
We're still on £70 at the moment.
Yeah.
And Ray Hobro only lives steps away from plenty of wet stuff in Costa del Daventry.
Yeah. That's true. He drinks most of it.
Yeah. So if Sally gets in touch with you or Linda gets in touch with you for an address, we'll get that sorted out.
Yeah.
Jay's birthday hat.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So the auction is still at £70 for my package. So if you want my package in your hands, You've got to you've got to bid a bit more than that. Okay.
What a Christmas gift
Ladies
that
and
is.
gentlemen, my balls are coming soon.
Yeah, so you can have my package or Nick's wrinkly balls.
You've got so much editing to do before this goes out on Switch Radio.
I know. I do every week. I know,
Oh, dear.
I do every week. Yeah.
I forgot to say at the beginning, thank you to our sponsors, Boyle Sports, of course, SAS Autos, Bawdsey Labour Club, in conjunction with Garrison Coffee Club.
Hey!
Hey,
And in conjunction with British Birmingham Homeless Support Team. Of course, we're doing work for them, for, is it Debs on the charities? What are the chosen charities?
Yeah,
for Christmas?
Annie's charity, that one is, isn't
Yep,
it? Yeah,
Annie's,
Annie's.
PTSD.
PTSD, and we're raising money for Accessi Blues and somebody else as well.
Is it Jeff Horsfield?
Jeff Horsfield, yeah, that's it.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
So those are the charities we've chosen for the Christmas raffles.
Yeah.
We'll be doing them all the way through now till December. We've got loads of stuff to get through.
Yeah.
I think the highlight will be.
I'll change the screen so that people can have a look at that.
Right.
Yeah.
The highlight will be the red shirt signed by Liam Daesh,
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
and that will be the last one that we do before Christmas.
So there it is on the screen. Yeah. So that was the shirt worn at Huddersfield on the promotion game, I believe. Am I right, Mark?
yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the one.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And it's signed as well by the great man himself. So
Yeah.
there we go. Fantastic.
Lovely gesture, Liam. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Who's your favourite ever Australian player? Says Paul.
What, as a person or as a player?
Could do both.
Go on, do both.
As a player,
Well,
go on.
Stan has to be as a person.
Gotta be.
Great
Got it.
person. Heart of gold. And probably Mark Viduka or probably Mark Viduka probably
Viduka.
or Harry Kuehl. Them two.
Yeah,
One of
he's a
them
great
two.
player.
Yeah, top players. So.
Right, Kim Upton really wants that Liam Day shirt. Kim, you've got to keep
There is a
interacting
reserve.
with us week by week, listening, because we will put it up for auction. When it goes up for auction, it will go on at 7:30 and it will finish at 9.
Yeah.
And whatever we've got for it, we've got for it.
Can I just tell you now, there is a reserve on it already. So,
And how much is the reserve already?
well, should we say? Or
No.
no.
No,
People are
no, because that becomes the first bid on the night then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, right. Yeah. Right, Neil, did you do a 1 to 11?
I can do one if you want me.
Ooh,
If you
go
want
on
me
then.
to do one.
Go on, then, off the top
Yeah.
of your head.
Top of your head.
Obviously, Mike Taylor in goal.
Yeah.
Obviously, good keeper. I could have said Colin Doyle because I was digs with him for a couple of years, but so obviously Mario Melchiot right back.
Yeah.
Mario Melchiot, Kenny Cunningham, Matthew Upson, Stan Lazaridis
Gotta be.
at left centre half, left back. I know he's more of a left winger or a left wing back, but I would have obviously Pennant on the right, Gary McSheffrey on the left because he had a fantastic season. The season we got promoted back to the Premier League, he scored like ridiculous amounts of goals.
Yeah.
I'd say David Dunn and Muzzy, is it?
All right, okay.
Centre mid, but I know Muzzy didn't reach the heights that he should have at Blues. But if you want to change that, I'll go Sebastian Larsson in centre midfield because I played with him. Seb Larsson, obviously he was at Arsenal with me when I was there as well.
Great player.
And great player. And then up top, I'd probably go for Mikel Fussell, which is he's obviously unfortunate with injuries throughout his career with his knees. But what a fantastic player and fantastic trainer. Unbelievable. And then I'd probably go with Emil Heskey. That's probably my 1 to 11 blues players.
Captain, who would you have?
Kenny Cunningham.
Kenny Cunningham gets in a few of these teams, doesn't he? He seems to get in every week. Kenny Cunningham.
He's I think he was very
underrated, I think, as well.
Yeah, underrated. His job and doing his job and quietly, but he was a fantastic captain as well. Stuck up for the players when they needed to, when things were needed to be done, and so I would definitely say him. Definitely.
Some good names there.
Some good
cracking names. So, Neil, were you there when in Australia when Usain Bolt started playing?
Yes, I was there. He was only on trial, obviously at one of the teams, but he didn't play any competitive games. But he was on trial there, but obviously got released.
Okay.
They didn't feel he wasn't.
It wasn't quick enough.
It wasn't quick enough, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't quick enough. Yeah. Well, I think I did hear that. Obviously, he was very quick, but he couldn't do repeated sprints. And then, obviously, in football, you can't just sprint once and then rest for half an hour. You have to.
Stop if you're my name.
Yeah.
No, it's a stop start type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What's
right, I've got somebody's questioned your Lazaridis at fullback, Jason Hughes.
Yeah, he wasn't really a fullback. I'd say if I'm honest, I would say he's a left wing back. If I'm honest, or obviously a left winger. In today's formation, he probably doesn't score enough goals for a left winger as well, because obviously the wingers are. Nowadays, they normally play one up top with two wingers that they have to get 15 goals a season or 10 goals a season. So, but I had to get Stan in there because he's a great friend of mine and a great person as well.
Yes, you're 1 to 11. You put them where you want, mate.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're the manager.
Yeah, managers got to make harsh decisions. Some people won't like them, but
That's right.
Massive congratulations to one of our own, of course, Jude Bellingham making his England debut on the other night. Great to see such a young talent coming through. Shame we couldn't have kept hold of him, but you know what? When you got that much talent, you're going to go, aren't you? You're going to go to the biggest. So, but no, well done to him.
Have you heard much about him in Australia?
Sorry, Mark.
I've obviously heard about him. I haven't seen much of him play, if I'm honest. So he's a central midfielder, yeah. I haven't seen much of him, but obviously I've heard a lot about him, but I haven't seen. So I can't judge on his ability because I haven't seen him play. I only judge from what I see, not from what I hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, from message from Craig Courtney, who is our Christmas guest? You will find out shortly. But you're about to have a little guess on who is our Christmas guest.
Okay, I think we're announcing that tonight.
He will announce it tonight, but I just want to see if anybody will get it right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Who's our Christmas guest?
Who is our Christmas guest?
Yeah, we'll announce that just before 9 o'clock. Nick, is that okay?
Yeah. I'll have to give you a virtual card this year, Chris, by the look of it.
Yeah. What about my virtual present?
You can have a virtual present as well. I usually do get you something.
That's going to be interesting, yeah. I usually get you nothing.
Can't get more virtual than that.
There you go, yeah. In fact, this year you can have two of nothings.
Only for you.
Yeah, thank you. On that note as well, have you ever kept any Blues memorabilia? Anything at all from the Blues time?
Apart from your shirts.
Obviously, just the shirts, really. I've obviously got kits and shirts that I swapped while at Blues. It's actually funny because a couple of years ago when I was at my mum's house, I actually went upstairs in the wardrobe and opened a drawer and it was full of newspaper cuttings that I didn't know that she'd kept.
Yeah.
And then obviously to go through them was amazing, really, like to see, because obviously in football, you're always looking on, you never look back, you always look forward to the next the next game, the next challenge, the next, So to actually go and have a look in the cupboard and the drawers of the newspaper cuttings of your career and, the shirts that you've, it's amazing, really.
So it's probably, a lot of people say it's when they retire they get to do all that sort of stuff, because you can soak it in, and when you retire.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like things like, obviously, like speaking to you guys, the stuff and speaking about your career that you realize, actually you've done all right, like gone to the Olympics, gone to Asian Cup, played in the Asian Champions League, played in the Premier League. It's, you don't, sometimes you don't take it in because you're in,
in the moment.
you've got, you're in the moment, you're trying to, so if you look on my Instagram now, the older I've got, like if you look at, so when I went to tournaments before, I never took any photos. I just go because I knew. And if you look at my Instagram now, I'm actually doing a blog on my experience at this Champions League, the food, the training ground, the stadiums, when we go to the stadiums, the flights, the things that we have, the quarantine that we have to go through. And then obviously I'll keep all that for when I get older. And obviously speaking, because even like my kids, I've got a couple of photos of me and my Blues kit in my car door that I had, and my kids pull it out and they're like, "Oh, look, daddy, how old were you there?" And I'm like, I was 19. Do you know what I mean? My kids are only 5. So they obviously they only see me as dad. They don't see me as obviously the person in the picture. So, and they obviously asked me because I've got a little boy. I've got 4 kids, but my little boy, my boy is 5. So he's now coming to the age of liking football and getting into football and stuff like that. So it's actually interesting to see when he starts asking me, when he sees pictures, "What's this, Dad? And what's that?" It's it's funny. It's funny to go back and look at them.
Good. Okay, going back to our Christmas guest, Chris, do you know who it is?
Me, I do, yes.
Right, will you say yes or no to the following? Is it the Grinch?
No.
Is it Cameron Jerome?
Maybe.
Ooh, Cameron's got a maybe.
Oh, Cameron.
Olivia Teberley.
Maybe.
Ray said, don't forget it's Brian's birthday too. Who's Brian?
Brian. I don't know Brian. No, sorry, I don't know Brian.
Alex McLeish.
Maybe.
Right, that's got a maybe.
Yeah.
Got a maybe. Okay.
Boris Johnson, he plays at number 10.
Boris Johnson.
Maybe.
Carry on, guys. Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks, Steve Portman, for that. I've just wet myself.
Yeah, okay. That's why I've got to book it down here.
Oh, God.
No, I will
Brownie's
review.
That's what we'll raffle off one night.
My bucket.
Brownie's bucket.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'll clean it out.
We're still on £70.
Come on, 70 quid. Look.
15 minutes to go. And we are playing away on Friday at home against Coventry.
Yeah.
Mark, predictions?
Obviously we're living and working in Cov. It'd be a nightmare if we lose. But I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be like the cup game. I think it'll be a draw. I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. I'm going 2-0, Brownie.
I was going to go. I think I'll go 2-0 as well. Yeah, 2-0.
2-0 for you.
Definitely.
And Neil?
2-1 Blues.
2-1 Blues. Okay, cool.
Keep positive.
Right, it's 1:45, and that means we're into the last 15 minutes. No, we didn't do the last 15 minutes last week because the stories that Roy was coming out with were just like you just wanted to capture them all. Linda's gone 6-0. Craig Courtney's gone 2-1. Brian the Messiah. Brian's the Messiah, whoever Brian is. The life of Brian.
Yeah.
2-1 Blues, 1-1 Blues, 2-3 Blues.
6-0.
Okay, so yeah, it's all looking a bit positive at the minute. So into the last 15 minutes we go. And what we normally do is a little bit of word association, ladies and gents. And tonight, as we've got Neil Kilkenny in with us, and he's actually in Qatar at the moment, but lives in Australia. Australia, as I said, right? Australia.
Got that?
Yeah.
Australia.
He lives in Australia.
Australia.
Anything to do with Australia and football.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Wayne
football.
Kangaroo.
All
Wayne
right.
Kangaroony.
Say that one again.
Wayne Kangaroony.
Terrible.
I can't help
The
it.
thing is, you know that they're not going to get any better than that.
Oh,
That's
they
as
will.
good as it
You
gets.
know they will.
No, they won't. No.
Absolutely, they will.
I'm sorry, but they're probably going to get a lot worse.
So there you go. Anything to do with Australia and football.
Yeah. Sam wants to know: is the championship ever shown over in Australia? Can you watch Blues games and things like that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is shown, but obviously dependent on the time difference. But yeah, it does get shown. So, but I don't get to see the games much, if I'm honest.
No, I can imagine. Yeah.
Sorry if I burst out laughing, Neil. It seems like they crack me up with all the things that come out with it again. Brendan Wombatson. We've got
good
Steve Bruce. Adam Kangaroony. Oh, okay. And Ben Foster's.
Yes. Brendan Wombatson.
Steve, how you going, Bruce?
Nicky Huntsman Spider.
Oh, dear me. Wayne Didgeridoo. Huntsman Spider.
Legendary goalkeeper. Dingo's off.
Oh,
Oh,
Dingo's off. Aaron Ramsey Street.
Home and away, Rooney.
Oh, God, blimey. And you thought that Wayne Kangaroony.
I like the home and away. I love it.
Wayne Kangaroony, yeah. Tim Tammy Abraham. Oh, dear.
Stop
Stop
it.
I don't know.
So what's Neil? What's the temperature like now over in Qatar? Is it you're in Qatar? Is it?
It's about 28 degrees, 30
just
degrees now.
At the moment?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
10 o'clock at night, well, 11 o'clock.
Nah, it's about 22 at the minute, I think.
Oh, it's still
outside.
nice though, isn't it?
So yeah, it's decent. I was at 5 o'clock. It was dark, but it was I was in the pool doing some recovery, and it was a good temperature. So
I bet the stadiums are pretty good over there as well.
Impressive, yeah.
yeah.
I bet aren't they doing air conditioned stadiums as well?
Yeah, so I played here in, like I said, in 2011, and the smaller stadium, well, all of them have got aircon in the stadiums,
Right.
but the smaller stadiums is actually funny because they've got big fans, so it actually blows the ball around a bit, you know.
Right.
So the ball, because
We could do with
obviously
heated
it's like,
showers.
you know,
Weird, isn't it?
yeah,
That must be
yeah.
weird.
So that's yeah, that was an experience. But yeah, no, they're nice. Everything's nice out here. The pitches are really nice, and they look after you well. The hotels are decent. So
I can imagine.
yeah. So it's,
Who are the sort of favourites to look out for in the competition? Yourself one?
no, not us.
That's confidence.
Fair enough.
Shanghai Shenhua.
okay.
Obviously, Shanghai, is it SPG or something like that?
No, right, okay.
A lot of the Chinese, Japanese teams and South Korean teams they're normally the favourites, you know. So they've already done. They've already done. So in this one, they do an east side and a west side.
Oh, right, okay.
So they've already done the west side. So now we're obviously in the east side of Asia, and then the finals I think the finals on like the 19th of December. So there's one team that's already through to the final, so they're waiting for our side to finish to obviously have the team, and the finals obviously I think it's in Doha. Well, obviously I'm in Doha, so it's in the World Cup stadium here.
Wow.
Superb.
Yeah.
Loads more coming in. Richard Haler, Aussie our dealers. We've got Dave Twine with Pom Adiyami. And Ben Foster's. You're 3 hours ahead there, aren't you, Neil?
Yeah. What's the time there now?
We're just about to 9 o'clock.
Quarter to 9, 10 to 9.
Yeah. So I think it's about yeah.
Here we go.
Ray Hobart for Crocodile, David Dundee.
Yeah, like it. Yeah.
Steve Castlemaine 4X.
Yeah.
Castle. I hadn't heard that for years, Castlemaine 4X.
Is it still going? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, is it?
No.
We've got Scott Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee United.
Like it, yeah. Like it. That's a good one.
That one.
That's good. That's cracker.
Oh, come on, top minute, 70 quid for Chris's package. We've got 7 minutes, guys, £70.
Come on, if you want my package in your hands, you ain't got long.
We want your money. We want
Give
your
us
money.
your money.
Jason Donovan DeHore, Jimmy Neighbours, Emu Pookie. I'd have gone Emu Heskey.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Convict to Moses. Convict to Moses. Convict to Moses. Jackson, where'd you get him from? David Dunny. Oh, Richard, that's superb. I'm actually crying here, I'll be honest with you. Oh, no.
Yes, I must say the shirt comes in a limited edition presentation box as well, and it does say that it's a shirt that's produced before it hits the shelves. On the back of it, there we go.
So there you are. It comes in its own presentation box, the Royal Sports shirt. We're on £70. Any increase on 70 quid, guy. Yeah. Tan Lazaridis. Anthony Garvey lived in Qatar when we signed Mario Zarate. Me and my uncles went to watch him play in Al Sadd. If that's pronounced.
Yeah.
Crikey, I wish I'd put my bucket here today. No, I forgot it.
70 quid. It's on 70 quid. This is a limited edition shirt, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Brisbane Rory Delap. Don't get that one.
No, I don't know.
No, onwards we go. 5 minutes of the show to go. Coventry away at home. Oh golly, here we go again. Friday night. It's on Sky, I believe, is it not?
I think it is. Yeah, it's on Sky.
Yeah.
Does that mean they won't be showing it on Blues TV?
They probably won't be, will they? Because no, I bet they won't be. Yeah, I bet they won't be. Yeah.
No.
It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. That's
It'll be very frustrating a local derby knowing we can't go.
Mm.
Hate it.
What are Coventry fans? What are Coventry fans thinking about the game, Mark?
I think they're quietly confident, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. I mean,
But they are playing it.
Yeah, they are playing.
they are at home advantage, aren't it?
Yeah.
I know the Cov lads at work. Actually, they starting to listen to this show. Actually, but they're I think they're quietly confident. I think they take a draw as well. To be honest, I just think I've got a feeling it might just be a draw. I think 1-1. Yeah.
Paul says it's his last attempt. Best goal we have scored when Neil was playing that he can remember. Can you remember?
No. I can't
No,
remember.
you got no chance. No. It's like asking Nick when was the last time he bought a round. It's a long time.
The pub's a shot.
Yeah, you can't use that excuse all the time.
Actually, Neil, what's the favourite goal you've ever scored in your career? What's your best goal?
I scored a few for Leeds, so probably one of the ones for Leeds. I scored a good goal for Preston against Bristol City when I signed for Preston, and then I played against Bristol City and I scored like this 25 yard screamer into the top corner. So probably that goal, actually, if I'm honest. So yeah.
Jason Hughes has come up with the Olivia Newton-Stern-John. Dame Edna Savage.
What a player Stern John was.
Oh, he was a great player.
Yeah,
he was a fantastic player. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Dame Edna or Savage?
You have to say happy birthday to old ex-Blues player Bailey as well. He's
Dennis
sorry?
Bailey, yeah.
yeah, Dennis Bailey.
Dennis Bailey, yeah.
Look, Nick, he was a player who played for Blues.
I'll do some research later.
Yeah.
Are we going to announce who our Christmas guest is?
Right then, okay, I was going to wait till the last minute, but well, we're almost there, aren't we now? Okay, so our Christmas guest is the one and only. Let's see if I've got anything that's. Hang on. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Hang on. Our Christmas guest is.
You got one job.
Christmas guest is Cameron Jerome.
Road will be our Christmas guest, ladies and gentlemen. That is excellent stuff. Well done for Craig Courtney for bagging that one again for us. Thank you very much for all your hard work you do behind the
that'd be a
scenes.
good one.
You're an incredible guy. We must meet up one day when all this COVID nonsense is over.
Good old Craig.
Anthony Garvey said he was Dennis Bailey's postman. Well, there you go.
Oh, we could do that one week, can't we? Claim your claim to fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
one.
to do with Blues. To do with
We do
Blues.
it in charity next Monday, mate.
Charity, okay. Come on, don't
Yes,
forget.
Trevor.
You've got 1 minute left. 1 minute left.
£70. We've got 2 minutes. Anybody increase on £70? That it comes in its own box, and it is certified to be one of the first 10 shirts ever from the Boy Sports on it. There it is. There's the box. There. Ah, yes, Mick Greaves. Craig Gardner leaving the Blues. Okay, he's gone. Net, we can do about that. That's we move on. We move on as a team. We move on as a club. We move on as fans.
Has he left? Has he?
He has
he's
left.
left.
Yeah.
Today,
He was a coach, wasn't he?
Yeah.
First team coach. Yeah.
yeah.
Looks like he could be off to Coventry or Leeds. I think of it. Not Coventry.
Maybe
yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah. Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah.
What, as a coach or a player?
As a coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
He retired last season, Neil.
Oh, okay. I saw he was a player coach at one stage.
Yeah.
We've got
Knocked
Sydney
it in
off the Woodhouse. Or Copper Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, these have been brilliant tonight. I didn't think we'd beat the Wayne Kangaroony, to be honest with you, but they have been
That's a
absolutely
good one.
superb.
Good
Well,
one.
Neil, sadly, we've just about run out of time, mate. This has been an absolutely interesting conversation tonight.
Yeah, fantastic.
We never know what we're going to get from week to week because you don't know, like, literally, you just don't know what's going to happen in any of these shows, and it's that's probably the best part of it. It's so spontaneous. We've got no scripts. We don't write anything down.
As you can tell.
Pick it up and run with it. However, it has come to the end of the road for tonight. Happy birthday to Jay, dedicating this show to you for your 11th birthday, and of course to your mum, Kira, Auntie Linda, Jack, and all the rest of the family. We are thinking of you. Don't think you're on your own. Not for a minute. Okay. Thanks ever so much for a great laugh at the end of that. That last 15 was absolutely superb. They're still coming in.
I know, yeah, they are. Yeah.
John Bondi Beach. I don't know how they do it. I just don't know where they get it all from. Listen, all you guys out there, thanks ever so much during this COVID pandemic for being with us tonight. Stay safe. Do as you're told. I don't know. I can see this thing going on for a very long time else. And I honestly, genuinely, working in the pub industry, can't personally see the pubs opening in 2 weeks' time. No. I can't see it happening all over Christmas and the New Year. This thing is out of control. Round here, the stats around here are just alarming. For a small market town like ours, they are absolutely alarming. My son's girlfriend was struck down with it a couple of weeks ago. Thankfully, she's had it quite mild and just lost a sense of taste and smell and a few other little issues. But this thing is real. This thing is out there, and it's invisible. And there's nothing, that we can do to stop other people getting infected apart from wood. Neil Killer Kilkenny. Neil Killer.
The killer.
Yeah, thanks ever so much for being with us tonight, mate. You've made a lot of people's days today. And Linda's just replied with a thank you. Thanks, Linda. And thanks for all you do.
Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate having me on the show.
That's been great.
That's the furthest we've gone, I'm sure. Yeah. Nobody told us whether Miami was further than Qatar, did they?
Nah. See, we haven't got anybody clever enough.
Bunch they are. What a useless bunch they are. From Mrs. Brown.
Well, if I was in Perth, I would definitely be the furthest.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Come back on again then when you're in Perth, yeah?
Yeah, no worries. Invite me back on. I'll come back on. All right, guys.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, and I'll have a look in a bit, see who the winner was as well with the £70 bid, because I can't remember. I think it was Jason, maybe. No, it wasn't. No. I'll sort it out later.
All right, so £70. The gavel's coming down. There's my gavel.
Gone.
Yep, gone.
Good night, everybody.
From Mrs. Robe.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe, please.
Thanks very much.
Good
Take
night.
care. Stay safe.
Cheers, Neil.
Cheers.
See you guys. Take care.
Good night. God bless.
Right.
Take care. And keep
Bye.
on to Friday. Yes. Sounds up. Get a win.
Let's see you in the crowd, singing a song.